So Manchester United are widely considered as not only one of the most successful football clubs, with a record 20 Premier League titles, but are one of the richest sporting franchises period. So when a club of this magnitude is speculated to be in the running for a new player, it creates headlines on a global scale, especially when in this case the desired player is 16 years old. Yes, Jude Bellingham's current club Birmingham has put a 30 million price tag on their WONDERKID. So it should come as a surprise to no one that the media is all over this story. And for months now, all the reports had suggested that the teenage WONDERKID was headed to United, which led to much excitement among fans, despite there being no agreement in place. So you can imagine it was a bitter pill to swallow when reports surfaced that German club Borussia Dortmund had swooped in and secured a deal for Bellingham worth 20 mil. And as of the time I'm recording this, the move is not official, but several credible journalists are calling it a done deal, so if this falls through it's on them, not me. I'm just taking their word for it. But this is of course a huge decision Bellingham appears to have made, so in today's video we'll come to decide whether this is in fact the right choice for him, while also determining how good he is right now and just how good he can become in the future. For more football content, make sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, like the video, and let me know down below in the comments which young player you'd like to see me cover next. So Jude Bellingham was born on the 29th of June 2003 in the West Midlands. And with a footballing father who was the top scorer in non-league football, as well as a younger brother in the Birmingham Academy, it is clear to see that footballing talent runs in the Bellingham family. Since the age of 8, Jude has been a part of Birmingham City's youth setup, and has always been levels ahead of his peers. For example, he was 14 years old playing under 18 level, then the next year at 15 he was promoted to the under 23s, so facing older competition is not only no problem for Bellingham, it's become his norm and he probably doesn't know any different. And with the under 23s he quickly let it be known that age still didn't faze him, by scoring on his debut against rivals Nottingham Forrest in a 1-0 win. Following his debut he began an impressive run of form, picking up 3 goals in 10 appearances, catching the eyes of both the senior side and European clubs alike. In the background of all of this, he was also picking up recognition as one of the hottest prospects in English football, as his Birmingham City career was looking more and more promising, and Bellingham was also performing for England, captaining their under 15s before swiftly being moved up to the under 17s, where he made the squad for a tournament ahead of Euro 2020 qualifiers. During this preseason tournament, Bellingham continued to impress on the international tour, scoring against Finland and Austria, captaining the team for several games and earning player of the tournament. Back in Birmingham, Bellingham was beginning to participate in first team training, and occasionally travelled with the team as an emergency squad player. During the preseason summer 2019, Bellingham featured in several friendlies, where he earned a place and squad number for the coming season. Surprise surprise, he made his debut for the senior side not too long after, becoming Birmingham's youngest ever first team player at 16 years and 38 days old. Following his debut, Bellingham began earning more appearances and became the club's youngest goal scorer just 25 days after his debut, scoring this goal against Stoke City. Roll the clip.
Look at him, he does.
Here's Bellingham, is this his moment? Deflection! Oh, what a moment for Jude Bellingham!
And after continuously showing his worth, he won over a starting position as a central midfielder to give him a more advanced position than what he had on the wing. So far, Bellingham has made 32 appearances before his 17th birthday, tallying 4 goals and 3 assists. In all honesty, he's been the only positive for a Birmingham side that sat 16th place in the championship. Another one of Jude's many achievements throughout his debut season was capturing the Young Player of the Month award November 2019. At the time this video was written, Bellingham looked all but certain to become a Manchester United player, tipped to join several other 17-year-old recruits, such as 2 prospects from Ajax and Monaco I'm not going to embarrass myself trying to pronounce, but the whole idea for Bellingham was to slot him in first team training and have him learn from Bruno Fernandes and Paul Pogba. However, seeing as Dortmund is now all but confirmed Bellingham's arrival, this means that yet another prospect torn between the 2 clubs has snubbed the English club in favour of the German one, because Erling Haaland found himself in a similar position a few months ago, who also chose Dortmund over the bigger club and contract offered by United. Perhaps both Haaland and Bellingham had the same line of thinking, both being young players who chose what they believe is the better environment for them to develop as players. Dortmund has earned a reputation of nurturing and getting the most out of their young talent, as over the years we've seen the likes of Ousmane Dembele and Pulisic move on to Barcelona and Chelsea, both of whom found themselves come on leaps and bounds as players at Dortmund, before making big money moves to bigger clubs. I'm sure Bellingham will have taken a look at Sancho's situation too, who left England for Germany at 17, where he has become one of the hottest talents in world football. I think Bellingham now sees that Sancho's linked with a big money move to United, so is probably thinking that instead of joining them now, playing a limited role possibly with the reserves or out on loan, he can instead go to Dortmund, see more playing time and make the jump to United or whoever a few years from now as a much improved player. Even Haaland has seen a fantastic run of form in his short time with the club, so I really think Dortmund are starting a new trend in football, which will encourage young players like Sancho and Bellingham in the future to go play regularly abroad, instead of just signing the first big money contract thrown their way. All things considered, I believe this is absolutely the best move for Bellingham at this point in his career, who instead of inheriting the pressure of being United's 30 million golden boy and be expected to have an impact right away, he'll join the ranks of a massive German team where he can expect to follow in the footsteps of several other names before him. The silky pass and move football practiced at Dortmund is tailor-made for Bellingham's creative style, and when he inevitably returns to England in a few years, I'm sure he'll do so as an improved goal scorer and potentially a Bundesliga champion, assuming Dortmund can finally win a title over Bayern Munich at some point in the next few years. So what's next for Bellingham with Dortmund? Given he is almost 17, Bellingham can spend the rest of his teen years in Germany, grow into a regular player alongside a promising Dortmund side, while playing plenty of football with the best of them in the Bundesliga. It does seem as if he's trying to emulate the path fellow Englishman Jadon Sancho took, which, like I said earlier, considering the success he's had, could become a new trend among young players in the future. As for Bellingham's future, I think it's bright for him, and I can promise you if there's any club in the world that will best position him to succeed in the future, it's Borussia Dortmund. But I want to know what you guys think down below in the comments. Has Jude Bellingham made the right decision choosing Dortmund over Man United? If not, let me know why down below in the comments. Subscribe to the channel for more football content. Comment Borussia Bellingham so I can tell the reals apart from the fake who made it up to the end. And on that note, we gone in peace.